Hello, I'm John Bachman. The co-pilot of the Germanwings jet that smashed into the French Alps wanted to destroy the plane. That's what a French prosecutor is saying today. Bryce Robbins says the cockpit voice recorder indicates the co-pilot locked the pilot out and then flew the plane into the mountains. The pilot could be heard trying to break down the door. The co-pilot, a guy named Andreas Lupitz, is 28 years old. He reportedly trained at a flight school in Arizona 5 years ago. His breathing apparently remained normal to the very end, and he never said a word. Lupitz is not part of any terror watch list. Again, 150 people presumed dead in that crash. 3 of those victims are Americans. Emily Selke had just graduated from Drexel University in Philly. Her mother, Yvonne, worked as a government contractor for Booz Allen Hamilton in Washington, D.C. That third American has not yet been identified. Strong storms in Oklahoma are now being blamed for at least 1 death.
Tornado, 527.
A lot of it captured on amateur video. A tornado blasted through a mobile home park just west of Tulsa, killing 1 person, leaving dozens hurt. Severe weather also hit the Oklahoma City area, including the town of Moore, where a tornado killed 24 people just 2 years ago. You'll likely remember that. Thousands have poured into the streets of Yemen's capital, Sana'a, today, protesting Saudi Arabian air attacks. Jets from the Saudi Air Force have been launching strikes against the Shia rebels. They've taken over control of much of the country there, and today we're learning that those same rebels may have handed over U.S. intelligence to Iran. The LA Times is saying Houthi rebels captured information on American intelligence operations in Yemen and then gave it over to Iranian advisors. The House has a new budget plan. Speaker John Boehner and his top lieutenants were able to get a plan approved that cuts spending by $5.5 trillion over the next decade. The Senate is expected to vote on its own budget plan later today or early tomorrow. And it now looks like the disappearance of a California woman, that report that she was being held for ransom, well, the whole thing is likely a hoax. 29-year-old Denise Huskins was found 400 miles away from her boyfriend's home in San Francisco. He had initially told police that she was kidnapped. That now appears to be a lie.
Devoting all of our resources, 24 hours a day, on what I will classify as a wild goose chase. It's a tremendous loss. It's disappointing. It's disheartening.
Well, Huskins and her boyfriend, Aaron Quinn, are now targets of the investigation. And a warning from Secretary of State John Kerry about climate refugees. Speaking at a Washington conference yesterday, he warned that countries could soon start having to deal with refugees forced to move because of climate change. Kerry says $110 billion was spent last year on damages caused by the increase of major weather events. And it's thought to be the future King of England. The British Supreme Court has now ruled that dozens of potentially damaging letters written by Prince Charles a decade ago to several government departments could now be public. He's also facing a lot of heat for his terrible handwriting. Another update coming up for you in 30 minutes.